Hello, welcome to this presentation. In this presentation, I'm going to look at creativity, change, and innovation, which is a key element of growth to the organization. So, if you want your company to be competitive, you want your company to grow and expand, you need to be very creative, you need to be innovative, and also adopt to new changes if you are to survive the competition in the market. So, what is creativity? Creativity is all about original ideas, new ways of doing things, new ideas, developing the products or services which will meet the expectation of the customers. Customers' needs keep on changing. So if you are not creative, then your products will not be liked by them. And what happens if your products are not liked by the customers? Of course, there will be no market for your business, and the business is definitely going to collapse. So as an organization, you need to be uh, very creative in terms of supporting the employees who are having creative ideas, supporting employees who are having innovative ideas so that you can stand the competition, so that you can develop and become a bigger organization in the country or even in the region. So basically, that's about creativity. It involves also problem solving and critical thinking. So you should be able to find a solution to a certain problem. That's being creative. But if you're not creative enough, then you cannot find a solution to any problem. So you also need to be thinking critically. All these are some of the aspects of being creative in an organization. Now let us look at the definition of creativity in the context of organization. In the context of the organization, creativity is all about ideas or products or processes within an organization. So if you can have the ability to generate new ideas, products, or services, or processes within an organization, then you are very creative. So it is essential for innovation and the growth and help business to differentiate themselves from their competitors. You can differentiate yourself as a business from other organizations of the same service, the same industry by being creative. If you're not creative, of course, there's no any difference between you and any other organization. So you need to be creative so that people can easily recognize you for good things you're doing in the society compared to your competitor. So that's about creativity in the context of organization. Now let us look at some of the examples of creativity in the organizational context. Number one is a company developing a new product that meets the needs of its customers in a new and innovative way. So if you come up with a new product which has never been in existence, of course you're going to have almost or like the market is yours because you are the only person who is producing such kind of products. That's when the elements of monopoly comes. Okay, you control that market. You can set the price the way you want because the product is only manufactured by your organization. Number two example is a team of employees coming up with a new process that improves efficiency and productivity. You can come up with a new ways of doing things in organization. The organization might be using the old systems of doing work, but when they have recruited you, so you need to be able to come up with a new ways of how things be done in the organization in terms of operation, etc. The next one is a manager finding a new way to motivate and engage their employees. Motivation is very important. It's not all about salary. It's not all about training. It is everything you do. Okay. Some people they just need engaging environment for them to be motivated. So you should be able to have that kind of environment which allows employees to be motivated. So what happens if they are motivated? Of course, their level of performance go up, and then the organization is the one which is going to benefit from their performance. Lastly, we are looking at example of creativity in an organization is a company developing a new market campaign that captures the attention of its target audience. So the way you are advertising your products is going to be unique compared to the ordinary way of advertising products. So if you have this kind of a new campaign systems, it means you're going to capture wide attention to the potential customers, which will in turn increase your market share. So these people, when they are aware of the products you are selling, of course, they will be coming to buy them, and by doing so, your business is expanding. So these are some of the examples of creativity in organizational context. Now let us look at how you are going to foster creativity in an organization as a one is you need to create a culture that is supportive of creativity and innovation. That kind of culture requires employees to express themselves freely. There is no restriction. And you need to support them in terms of giving them the resources they need, in terms of giving them the technology, whatever platform you want in order to be innovative or creative. So that's how you foster it. Just support them, allow them to think outside the box. They should not always do the same thing over and over again. You can also do some training. You can train them on how to be innovative, how to be creative by allowing them to go for study leave. You give them the study leave. You even support them when they are undertaking some short courses. All this is helping you to make sure that you have an environment which supports creativity. The next way of fostering creativity is to provide employees with the resources and tools they need to be creative. So, what are the resources they need to be creative? One is, of course, to have the technology. If it is a computer, you need to give the computer so that they'll be using it to implement their creativity. Another tool you can give them is by encouraging collaboration or partnership. Partnership and collaboration, they will learn a lot of things, and also by organizing workshops and seminars, all to make sure that they generate new ideas from those meetings. The next one is manage the creative process from ideation to implementation. If someone has come up with an idea, you need to manage it until that idea is implemented and it becomes a reality. So if you don't manage it up to the implementation stage, it means somewhere there in the middle there will not be resources. If you want to be creative or innovative, basically, which is about introduction of something new, you need, of course, some financial resources to support the project. So you need to support it from from the day it was initiated or from the day it was identified up to the implementation phase. Then lastly, you need to hire, develop, and retain creative talent. In your recruitment plan, you need to include some elements of creativity and innovation. For example, you can incorporate that in your interview to make sure that you test someone's creative behaviors or someone's creative ability and also innovative ability before you hire such a person. And when you have hired that person, you need now to develop that person by giving him the training and also retain him. Such a person is a valuable asset to the organization. Now let us look at creativity management. We have been looking at creativity. So what is the creativity management? Creativity management is the process of fostering and supporting creativity within an organization. It involves creating a culture that is conducive to creativity, providing employees with the resources and tools they need to be creative, and managing the creative process from ideation to implementation. So basically, that's about management bit of creativity. You should be able to support anything related to creativity or innovation as a manager. If it requires any other resource, you need to provide a resource and make sure that the idea becomes a reality. So that's about creativity management. So if you don't support the employees who are creative, if you don't support their innovative ideas, how will they implement it since you are the manager? They will not, of course, implement it. The idea will just remain in their brain, but cannot come out of their brain and being implemented. So, as a manager, it is your role to make sure that such ideas are implemented in the organization so that the organization becomes bigger in size and also produce the quality products which is needed by the customers. And let us look at the benefits of creativity management. Number one is increased innovation. Innovation is basically introduction of something new or something of its kind is still new in the market. Alternatively, you can also say that innovation is a modification of the current product to meet the need of the customer. So if you look at innovation and creativity, they always work hand in hand, whereby we say that creativity is about original new ideas. So the original new ideas will become innovation. In fact, innovation is the result of new original idea. The next benefit of creativity management is improved product and service quality. This is about now modification of the current product to make sure that the quality meets the expectations or even exceeds the expectations of the customer. That is how you do it. For example, if you are a company which is specialized in manufacturing of cement, you can make it a little bit better by increasing the quality or improving the quality which will exceed the expectations of the end users or the customers. The next one is it increased competitive advantage. Of course, when you are creative, when you manage creativity in an organization, it means we are going to be more competitive compared to the other organizations which are not managing creativity or innovation in the organization. So it's very important for you as a manager to make sure that you manage it so that you become competitive compared to your competitors. By doing that, you're going to always provide quality products, you're going to remain ahead of your competitors, and you are going to dominate the market. The next one is it improves employee morale and productivity, especially those who are creative. If someone has come up with his idea and you, the manager, you are supporting it, it means that person is just going to have high morale and is going to be very, very productive to the organization because his idea is accepted. Okay, his idea is accepted and it is being worked upon, which is going to be implemented. Such employees will remain with high morale and be proud of the part of the organization, and by doing that, his performance is going to go high. The next one is a more attractive workplace for a top talent. People who are creative, they are the top talent. People who are innovative, they are the top talent. So if you have a culture which support, you have a culture which supports creativity, it means people with the potential of innovation or creativity will actually be interested in working with you. But if you don't have that culture which supports the innovation and creativity, then people who are creative or innovative will not be interested to work in your company. The two of you are not going to be compatible because creativity only works in a place where it is wanted. But in a place where it is not wanted, it doesn't make any sense. So the top talent will not be joining your company if you don't manage creativity. So basically, these are some of the benefits of creativity management in an organization. Now, let us look at the challenges of creativity management. Number one is the resistance to change. Employees will, of course, resist creativity because it's about change, it's about introduction of something new, it's about a new idea. So some employees will not work with a new idea. They look at a new idea as a means of terminating their contract or as a means of removing them from the organization, yet that is not the case. So many employees will be resisting the change. So as a manager, what do you do? Of course, you need to communicate to them the reason why you want to implement the change by giving them the necessary support and the training so that they don't resist change. The next challenge is fear of failure. Of course, new ideas is all about taking risk. There's no way you can be successful in life if you don't take risks. Even the business owners, they took risk. They are now enjoying the fruits of the risk they took some years back. Many people fear to take risk. The same thing with the creativity and the innovation. People fear to fail. If you're fearing to fail, then you can never be successful because a business is all about taking risk. So that is another challenge. People fear to fail, and then maybe losing their resources. You don't want to put your money where you're going to fail. But don't always have the negative mind. You also need to have a positive mind in whatever you're doing. The next one is lack of resources. Resources like finances, resources like the computers, the knowledge, etc. might not be there as you are trying to manage creativity. Someone has a creative ideas, the person needs support, but you don't have the resources to be given to that person so that his or her ideas can be implemented. So that's another challenge of managing creativity in an organization. The next one is lack of support from management because some management they don't believe in change. Okay, they are very conservative. They will do whatever it takes to maintain the status quo. If you are coming up with your new ideas, they will look at you as someone who is coming to challenge the status quo, yet you want to introduce something for the betterment of the organization. So they will never support the creative ideas. So that is about lack of support from the top management. So if you have management which is very conservative rather, you will never succeed in an organization as a creative employee. The last one is a culture that does not value creativity. It is almost like the support of the management. So in some organizations, there is a culture which supports innovation and creativity, whereby employees are allowed to think outside the box. Employees are allowed to give their suggestions and views on how certain things should the organization. But if you have a culture which is strict, which does not allow uh, thinking outside the box, thinking outside the organization, normal ways of doing things, then your attempt to be creative will be in vain, to be unsuccessful. So these are some of the challenges of creativity management in an organization. Now let us look at the key elements of creativity management. One is the culture. A culture which supports innovation and creativity is an element of uh, creativity management. So, if the culture does not support creativity, of course, there will not be innovation. So, innovation is a result of creative mind or creative thinking. Then another element is the resources. Of course, you need to give the resources, the necessary tools the employee need to be successful. The next one is the process. So you need to have a process, a clear process of generating idea and then managing the entire process from ideation to the implementation. So if you don't have this kind of process in place, the idea will be there, but it will not be implemented because there is no clear procedures on how the ideas can be implemented in the organization. Then lastly, people. Of course, you need to hire people and train them. That's about their talent. Who are creative, people who are talented, they are the one uh, to determine whether the company will be successful in terms of innovation. So if you have people who do not think outside the box, if you have people who are just concentrating on their daily work, they don't want to do extra research, then the company will not be successful in implementing any creative ideas. Now let us look at the tips for effective creativity management. Number one is create a culture of creativity. This means fostering an environment where employees feel safe to take risks. So it means you need to encourage employees to take risks. Very, very important. Number next is provide the right resources. If it is about mentorship, if it's about information, or if it's about training, you need to give the right resources to the people who are innovative, to the people who are having creative ideas. Then you need to manage the creative process. This involves setting clear goals, providing feedback, and celebrating success. If you have ever implemented a new idea, which is now operational and is successful, you need to celebrate it by acknowledging or by rewarding the person who came up with that idea. Then lastly, you need to hire, develop, and retain creative talent. Look for people who are innovative and open-minded and willing to take risks. Like I've told you from the start that it's all about taking risk. You cannot be successful if you don't take risk. So how to manage creativity effectively? Create a culture that is supportive of creativity and innovation. This means fostering an environment where employees feel safe to take risks, experiment, and share their ideas. And also, you need to provide employees with the resources and tools they need to be creative, include things like access to information, training, and the mentorship. So, these are some of the resources you need to give to the employees. Information is very important, especially what the customer thinks of the current product. What the customer feels of the current product is very important. It helps in determining how it should be improved. So this is how you manage creativity effectively. Then you also need to manage the process from ideation to implementation. This involves setting clear goals, providing feedback, and celebrating success. Then hire, develop, and retain creative talent. Look for people who are innovative, open-minded, and willing uh, to take risks. So these are some of the ways of managing creativity successfully in organization. So let us look at the link between creativity and organizational success. How is creativity connected to the success of the organization? Number one, let us first look at organizational success. Organizational success is the degree to which an organization achieves its goals. These goals may vary depending on the type of the organization, but they may include things like profitability, market share, customer satisfaction, and employee engagement. So that's how you measure the success of organization. Profit. How much have you made in the last 3 6 months? Determine whether the organization is successful. And also the market share. How influential are you in the market? Okay. Then the satisfaction of the customer. Are they contented with the quality of your product? etc. So that's how you measure organizational success. So let us look at how is creativity linked to organizational success. Now, one is develop new products and services that meet the needs of their customers in new and innovative ways. We're talking about organization. If the organization can develop products which meet the need of the customers, then they are actually linked to the organizational success because when the customers are satisfied with the product, of course, they'll keep on buying. And what happens if they are buying, of course, the company is growing. The next one is improve existing products and services. Okay, if your product currently is not, maybe your product is not meeting the expectations of the customers, you can improve them by maybe adding or subtracting what is not needed, depending on information you are getting from your customers. Then find new ways to solve problems and overcome challenges. This comes back to the employees now. You need to have a group of people who can solve problems and overcome challenges. Then differentiate themselves from their competitors. You can differentiate yourself from your competitors by doing good. You can also differentiate yourself by doing bad. So here we are talking about the good part of it. You need to be doing good by providing quality service to the employee or quality product to the customers rather than not employee. You need to provide good service to customers or product to the customers. That's how you be different from your competitors. So that the name of your product or your brand name becomes a household. Lastly, attract and retain top talent. That is the us look at some of the examples of organizations that have achieved success. Number one is the Apple. When you talk of Apple, you know what they produce. You can talk about the iPhone. You can see how expensive it is in the market nowadays. They have the iPad and then the MacBook. These are some of the products of iPhone through creativity. Okay? They encourage creativity and innovation. That's how they have come up with these items. And they are actually customer uh, money. People are really buying those items very seriously in the market. Then Google. When talk of Google, you can talk about the Google search engine, the Gmail. I believe everyone has a Gmail account or an email, things like that. So you can see how Google has achieved a lot through creativity and innovation. So at the moment, I don't think there is a serious person who does not have Gmail account. Everyone must be having Gmail account now. Apart from those old age, even the old age, those some of them they do have their email account actively working. So that is the Google for you in terms of creativity. Then we have Tesla. Tesla is all about automotive industry on top of self-driven cars, which is not just in our country but in other countries it's there. So they achieve this through innovation and the creativity. So basically, that's what I had for this presentation. We meet in the next presentation. Thank you so much for watching.